Hey guys, David here. So I want to explain my research for my Wicked question project. So the Wicked problem that I come up with is what is the subset of skills required to become a successful questioner, and how can I effectively teach those skills in my classroom? And this journey has three main categories. In doing my research, I did research that helped me understand why my question was important, other researchers who found information about this topic. Um, the second category is things that I found about questioning that are really helpful for improving your questioning, but didn't really have that much information on the sub skills of questioning. And then the third category is my breakthrough finding on one book in particular that I can't wait to read the rest of. And it is exactly one potential way to address this wicked problem. Now, I want to start by prefacing by saying that the way that I think that this potential solution will work is conditional on the fact that it's a wicked problem, which means that there's no one right answer to this problem. And depending on the time and all of the other circumstances surrounding this problem, the answers may change. But I really am excited by this idea, so let's get straight into the research. So, first thing is, according to Lewis 2007, the shift in the emphasis from learning solely content to learning processes is to enable individuals to deal intelligently with the world in their lives. Like basically, people after school need skills that are beyond just knowing information these days. You need to be able to communicate, collaborate, and all these different skills are able to be taught perhaps by questioning, but the idea is we can no longer only have memory-based skills. And a lot of different research papers gave that message. The idea behind this question actually came from Berger, and according to 2014 Berger, brainstorming solutions becomes tricky if you're not focused on the right problem. So this wicked problem that I have was initiated by the fact that I had to figure out what question to ask. And that got me to realize that, according to Berger, and I completely agree, that questioning isn't really taught in schools and it's not rewarded. And asking the right questions is a very important focus that many social entrepreneurs are focused on, but we aren't focused on it. And people are often trying to solve a problem by asking the wrong type of question. So my question is, how do I effectively teach the subset of skills for questioning? And I found a ton of research, such as Lewis over here, who showed Bloom's taxonomy and the levels of questioning, and these are all different levels to categorize questioning. And it was super helpful to organize the information, but it didn't really teach how to teach that information. And he went into the principles of questioning, which reflect on how to become a better questioner for yourself, and if your student was going through it, how a student become a better questioner. So it's important information on what categories to focus on, but it's so broad that it's not something that you could effectively go through if the class wasn't specifically on teaching questioning. It's not really something easily embedded. You can go through skills that it's mentioning, such as, in order to test a student's preparation, in order to arouse interest, to develop insights. It's all about different aims. Like, it's going through the skills needed, but this article, even though it had a lot of helpful information, was too broad for me. It wasn't really able to help me narrow in on the specific sub-skills of questioning. However, if I go all the way down to Rothstein, Santana, and Purifoy, 2017, this is a book called Make Just One Change, Teach Students to Ask Their Own Questions. This was gold, and I cannot wait to read the rest of this book, but basically the book makes two simple arguments. All students should learn how to formulate their own questions, and all teachers can easily teach this skill as a part of their regular practice. They've come up with a system that allows you to embed questioning, specifically the way that teach questioning, into your practice as a teacher. And basically what these individuals talk about in their book is that there are three different types of thinking abilities. Let me zoom in over here. There's divergent thinking, convergent thinking, and metacognition. And if we can teach these three different abilities using a method that they like to call, over here, the question formulation technique. And the question formulation technique is a simple but rigorous step-by-step process designed to help all people, which combines these three different parts of divergent thinking, convergent thinking, and metacognitive thinking. And over here on their website, it explains with a couple of videos. I'm going to link right below over here one of the videos that I think you guys should watch right after this video on getting a better understanding of what the QFT is. But basically what it says is it walks you through the guided step-by-step process of learning and using the QFT. So the first thing is they want you to design a Q focus, something that's for jump-starting questions. And after getting that Q focus, which should be simple and clear, you have to ask as many questions as you can. Don't stop to judge. Write down every question exactly as it's stated and change any statement into a question. And the interesting thing about this questioning process is in a class that I'm taking, CEP 810 at Michigan State University, we did a question quickfire, which is like exactly like this activity. So makes me think that maybe this is onto something. So this whole process basically has people then reflect on the process, have students think about it to get engaged in it, and they're presenting this Q focus with no additional information. It's all about asking the questions to focus on the questions, specifically to not like worry about the answers, but to see what they know by asking the different questions. And by asking these questions, you're able to kind of identify what you don't know, which is what testing is all about. You know, formative assessment is used to find out what you don't know. That's why when you get an 80, that 20% should be what you would need to study. So it's all about identifying what you have and then improving the different questions to narrow in even more on the details that you're missing. And once you narrow in on those details, you can go learn them. So the whole idea of this QFT as a formative assessment method is currently my idea to somehow weave this into my curriculum. I did a lot of research and a lot of different articles are, you know, spread throughout, but I think that the most important one was the research over here done by the individuals, Rothstein, Santana, and Purifoy. So I'm looking forward to reading the rest of this book, but that's what I got so far to report to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed.